Good afternoon, everyone. It's a great privilege to welcome Ms. Judith Cockrell. Ms. Judith Cockrell is a certified state of Ohio teacher and a TESOL professional with a specialization in business English. She brings a wealth of knowledge and expertise to her work, supported by an impressive academic background that includes a master's in education, a master's in art, and a master's in business administration. Ms. Cockrell's career spans both education and leadership, having served as a nonprofit executive where she demonstrated exceptional skills in strategic planning, program development, and community engagement. Her TESOL certification, coupled with a specialization in business English, enables her to empower professionals and students alike by improving their language skills within corporate and global contexts. She is being hosted by University of Buhuna, and she has previously served at Columbus State Community College and at Elevate Northland. She is presently involved in teaching training and academic writing programs at American Center, Matara. Ms. Cockrell excels at bridging gaps between education, business, and community service. She is deeply committed to inspiring others, fostering personal and professional growth, and creating lasting positive impacts in every endeavor she pursues.
Good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for inviting me and including me in this conference. It's quite an honor to be presenting here today. I'm going to share my screen, if you just give me a moment. Oh, good. So good afternoon, everyone. I'm sure if you are not having your lunch now, if you are having it after, I will stick to the timeline for the agenda. Today's session, creativity and critical thinking in the age of AI. I'd like to share some teaching tools with you today. And I believe that we'll be able to share this presentation after today's workshop. This is just a quick photo consent in the event that photos are taken. I wanted to share this disclaimer with you. Again, my name is Judith Cockrell. I am from the great state of Ohio, the city of Columbus, Ohio, which is our capital. I am a graduate of The Ohio State University. To the right, you see my fur baby. Her name is Zoe Cockrell. She is a sweet Cocker Spaniel that is still in the U.S. with a new family in Virginia. And just a little personal note about myself. For many years, I was a football player. So I played football from the age of 7 all the way through college. I went on and coached girls age U7, U8, and U9, as well as high school, junior varsity for 2 years. And then I retired from football. So creativity and critical thinking. When we kicked off this conference, we heard from some amazing leaders in the field telling us and sharing with us the importance of and the value of the human aspect. But for AI to be at its best, it requires our participation. As an educator, have you asked yourself, how can I better engage students in thinking and participating? What are some of the effective tools to excite students about the topic? And how can I best assess and evaluate participation and performance? In the chat, please share some of the things that you are currently doing or have done as I continue. The objective of today's session, I'd like to explore how AI can enhance teaching and learning, discover why AI tools are relevant for today's learners, and share some ideas for student prompts and for our professional use. Critical thinking. What is it? Critical thinking is the kind of thinking in which you question, analyze, interpret, evaluate, and make judgments about how you read, hear, say, or write. Are there any individuals that are on the call today that would like to share what they're doing? And if you are able, I don't know if you're able to unmute to share, please do. But if you could share some of the things that you are currently doing or that you have found a tool that is very resourceful to you, please share it in the chat. Critical thinking. Today, we are exploring new ways of gaining knowledge. Critical thinking has never been more important in what we do as educators. Creative thinking is random. Creative thinking is the ability to come up with a unique, original solution. And I do include a few citations here because this is something that we are all embracing in the field of education and in other industries as well. Artificial intelligence, the new player to the game. AI refers to the stimulation of human-like intelligence by machines, especially computer systems, to perform tasks that typically require human intelligence to complete. What we know that students are using AI on a daily basis. There was a study done by the Digital Education Council in 2024 that showed us that 86% of higher education students use AI today, and 54% of them use it weekly or more. Students use AI for a variety of tasks, including searching for information, checking grammar, summarizing documents, and creating the first draft. We also know from a study that was done with one of my colleagues in Columbus, in their classroom, 80% of them use it on their assignments. 65 use it even when they are asked not to use it. So you might consider doing a survey with your students and about their use of AI. It would be quite intriguing, the results, I will say that. I know I just did a question to my class and was quite surprised, not just that they were using it, but more so how they were using AI. Key uses of AI in the classroom. This really is related to us educators. It can save us time and energy and brain power as we're creating new assignments and lessons and evaluating. Improves the quality of our teaching when we use it effectively. It helps us design questions to check students' reading comprehension and multiple choices, and enhances student learning as well as streamlines administrative tasks. Supporting creativity and critical thinking. Helps students engage, helps students to generate creative ideas or explore different angles for essays and projects, outlines arguments logically, helps students to think critically about their stance, and provides instant feedback on grammar flow and coherence to improve those drafts. So now let's look at some of the tools. This is not a comprehensive list of the tools, but these are tools that we are seeing more often used in the classroom by teachers and by students. One of our most favorite is ChatGPT. For teachers, it helps us to create lessons, generate quizzes, design projects, and provide explanations for complex subject matter. And I will say more than this is just a summary. For the students who are using ChatGPT, they're able to use it to help them for their first draft. And what this really comes down to, our responsibility, educators, is we know that the students are using AI tools. it is our responsibility to educate them on how to use them as a benefit to their learning so that they can use it properly. Kahoot. If you were able to participate in the session done by my colleague, he shared some of the uses of Kahoot that he has done with college level students, as well as with the students that he's working with today. But it's a great tool for designing quizzes to engage your students and just create. Now, we had that whole world that's 2 years of online classes. And it was like, how do I use these tools to the best of my ability so that it is engaging for our students and it's fun for them. And it's also fun for us. Grammarly, that is a beautiful tool that I know I personally use on many different occasions to get feedback on writing for my assignments, specifically when we get to a level when we're asking for references and we want to make sure that we are doing them correctly, we're checking our grammar. Beautiful tool for that we use, teachers, and that is one that I strongly recommend for students to also use to enhance their writing as well. Quizlet, as you see, can create the study sets and reinforce the lessons. And then for the students, it's a quiz, right? We put in the information, the students access it, and it takes them through a series of flashcards that will allow them to help with memorization to improve their output of information. Socrative evaluates students' comprehension and adjusts instructions accordingly. Microsoft Copilot, another tool that my colleague Kevin shared. This is integrated with Microsoft 365. I know many universities or higher education institutions, this is a tool that is a system-wide. So if you have it, I encourage you to play around with it a bit and get familiar with its capability. GradeScope is a grading tool. This is definitely an administrative task. It develops a virtual virtual teaching assistant to enhance learning experiences. And then Google Classrooms. I have been able to use this tool on both an educational setting as well as the private sector setting as a way to educate. The capability of Google Classroom is great. You can use it to put information in there for students to access, provide feedback right away. I encourage you to explore Google Classroom. This is a free tool that you can use. If you have not already, take a look at it. If you need some additional help, the University of YouTube is an excellent resource to help you learn some of those new tools and access them. The benefits. And I apologize because I cannot see any of the chat that's going on while I'm sharing my screen. So we will go back to them when we get further through the presentation. But some of the benefits that we have with AI: enhanced classroom interaction, personalized learning, increased collaboration, tutoring assistance, and of course, practice. When we kicked off this conference, many of our leaders in the field who are currently in the same space, how do we use AI to improve the delivery of our lessons, to enhance learning, to strengthen our students' knowledge? These are some of the things that we can do with these AI tools. Is there a risk? There's a risk in everything that we do. When we're using AI in education, there are certainly some risks. Do we believe that they will replace the human aspect of our work? I do not believe that, and I don't believe it is something that is in the field, but we are aware that it exists. Are there privacy concerns with issues of data usage? Yes. Bias in decision-making algorithms, absolutely. Again, this is when the human element of the work that we do is very important in those bias in decision-making that takes place when we are using AI tool, because they are not people. Job displacement due to automation, I don't think it's likely. I would like to share with you a quick video that I found that talks about the risk when using AI.
Excuse me, madam, it is not audible. We cannot hear it.
Thank you so much for allowing me to share that with you. I am working to get back to where we were. Thank you for your patience. I have, I'm going to come back to here and hope that I want to repose these questions to the group. And please share in the chat when you can. How can I better engage students in thinking and participating? What are some effective tools to execute students about the topic? And how can I best assess and evaluate participants in performance? In the video, I hope that you saw and caught where it said, it is our responsibility, educators, to ensure that AI tools we're enhancing them and that they are being used effectively so that the learner can learn. They are new to the scene with us, but they can't take over. And it is up to us to build it so that it will be an ally as we move forward in the classroom. There is another tool that I want to share with you, and this is more of a research piece. This is a library where you can look up topics and get information. I want to see, I should be able to share it with you. Try to do it with, we can look something up really quick and see what happens here. If we don't have the opportunity to look something up, but again, this is AI for education. In this, on this particular site, we can, as educators, there are free resources that we can utilize in our teaching and in our classrooms. It tells there's some information as well, AI literacy training, AI adoption strategy, keynote presentations that you can look at, and many, many more. So I will share my presentation. Please, I highly encourage you to continue to learn more about how you are using AI with your students every day to increase their learning and do more with them. Let me think here. And a reminder, proper guidelines should be established on using your AI ethically. I'm having trouble here. AI is a tool for enhancing learning, encouraging critical thinking, and providing personalized support. And it should enhance, not replace, human interaction in it is also in the private sector, and they are doing the same thing that we're doing, educators. How do we use this tool to enhance what we do? And this is what they tell me. Garbage in, garbage out. Meaning, as we're working with our students, and I don't know if you've had this experience, but many times you've given an assignment and you come back and you're reading and you're like, okay, The question hasn't been answered. You clearly didn't write this because they put in something and they got out the same stuff that they put in. AI is a tool that can think deeper than we can. It can do research and pull research from all over. And this is me talking with city planners, and their concern is like, well, we put in things, but we don't really know where it's coming from. And so it's difficult for us to truly understand and utilize this tool with confidence. So as we're providing and educating our students on how to use this, tell them to really push. If they're doing their final draft, their first draft of the essay, and they're turning it in, give them the feedback. If we know they're using AI tools, encourage them to use them, but encourage them to use it with stronger requests from them. So if they put in hard things and utilize that tool the right way, they will get the right answer. I want to thank you so much for your time today, and thank you for your patience. If we had any technical difficulties, I do want to go back into the chat. I know that someone said they couldn't hear. I apologize for that. I know that there is a team, oh gosh, not audible, no sound, that was working on the back end. This session is being recorded so that you can watch again in your free time to get this. Again, I will be sharing the PowerPoint so that you can also access these tools and hopefully utilize them in your classrooms. Again, thank you so much. I think I'm ending a bit early. For our moderator, is there anything that, let me see. Can you hear now? I was on listening to you because I'm at school right now. Are you able to hear now? Yes. That might have been the issue. So I truly apologize for for that hiccup in our technology challenges when doing presentations, but we know it happens. So again, thank you for your patience. Thank you for your patience, everyone.
Our heartfelt thanks to the esteemed speaker, Ms. Judith Cockrell from the U.S. Embassy Colombo for sharing her invaluable insights and expertise with us today.